Um, welcome back. It's been a while. It's been a long time. Um, I am not going to apologize. I'm standing on this one. Yeah, unfortunately, um, some of you may or may not know that I'm in school at the moment, and trying to build this site is has been quite a challenge, honestly. I mean, YouTube in general has been challenging to build with, to be consistent with, etc., etc. But YouTube is such a big platform, and it's part of my whole content strategy or visions on how I see things in the future that I have to make time for it, basically. So the semester literally just ended, and I didn't even take a break. This is the first thing I'm doing. I, I my biggest goal is to my biggest goal is to stay consistent, even when the year, even after the year changes or when the semester starts, because I can't keep starting and then stopping right in the middle of it. Like it makes no sense, and I feel like every progress that I make, I am just throwing it away by not streaming. It's so easy, or making a video. Anyways, as you can see what the title says, um, during my break, or during the time that I was going through school and I was doing X, Y, and Z, I was doing some extracurricular activities. I had this idea to why not build my company. It's Unbyte, right? But you can say Unibite if you want to say it in English, all right? Um, yeah, this is a company that I've been had, mind you, right? I've made some mistakes, and I want to keep this completely honest, like, which is why I am doing it live, right? We'll get into that later on, but I want to keep it completely honest. I want to talk more about my errors, the mistakes that I've made. I've had the opportunity to acquire a client, and my focus was on MSP. I was trying to do an MSP business model, managed service provider. If you're not familiar with that, it's basically, you manage, like, let's say you have a company that doesn't want to hire IT people. They hire an outside company, like a contractor, to take care of their IT infrastructure and all of their IT needs, right? And that's what I wanted to do. I'm like, you don't need all the technical expertise. That's why you hire people. Like a mom and pop business with 5, 10 employees, I can take care of that myself. I can be a one-man IT shop as I continue to grow and so forth and so on. But the more I analyze that business, I realize that business model is not for me. It's not the pursuit that I want. It was more like a step in the door than my actual pursuit or my actual wants, right? Long story short, long story long, long story long, right? I had the opportunity to acquire a client. I went on Indeed. I was looking. Indeed can also be a source of leads, right? If they are hiring for X, Y, and Z, I went on Indeed and I found this ad, pretty much like looking for help, etc., etc. I found this person. I found the company that was hiring. I looked up who the owner was, found the owner, right? And I reached out to them. And we walked all the way through the phases. Of course, the negotiation, they didn't have that much money. And mind you, it's not even, it was just my first ever client. So I didn't care who it was. I didn't care what company it was or what they do, what industry they're on. I just wanted a company to work with, you know? I would have worked with anybody at that point. But I made a big mistake. I made a critical error with contracting. When the contract came, I found some copy and pasted contract online. I was young, okay? Give me a break. I was young. That's my excuse. And I give that to them. And these people, they had whole lawyer groups I didn't know about, right? And they reviewed the contract and it wasn't up to par. Because I mean, I didn't have it reviewed by a lawyer. I was like 20 something. Like, I didn't have no money to spend on a lawyer. I barely had enough money for a website. So after reviewing it, their lawyer advised that, my contract wasn't professional and that they should be careful, so forth and so on, right? And basically the contract dropped. They did not want to continue. And after that pitfall, I completely gave up. Like, I felt like it was the worst thing in the world that happened to me, right? Although it didn't have to be. People get hit every day. People lose opportunities every day. Contracts are lost out every day, like things like that. But to me, that was like the worst thing ever. And that completely stopped me from continuing pursuing my dreams, basically. Well, not my dreams, because the MSP model, I knew from my heart, it was just my heart. My heart. I knew from my heart that it was just a pass through, right? To one, it'll provide me the opportunity to learn business skills that I think I lack, right? But long story short, I still had the website. I still kept the website for the domain and everything. So I'm restarting again, and this time I'm restarting on live because here's what happens, right? There's so many content on YouTube. Don't talk shit about the Bears, by the way. Do not talk shit about me because I'm wearing a Chicago Bears. Anyways, there's a lot of content on YouTube or the internet in general, and it's all geared towards how do you say this? Not really like step by step. It's informational, right? I feel as if there is a place for showing the work behind the scenes. That's what I want to do. I don't know whether or not I'll be able to do this every day, right? Like if I will be able to stream every single process that I ever do. But I want to capture some videos of the process or some lives. Like if I'm doing a cold call, capture it live. I'm working on my website, capture it live. Show you like the background work. Even though you won't be able to see some of it because sometimes I gotta go outside. Although I could stream that, it probably won't happen. If I'm in a meeting, so forth and so on, I can tell you guys how it went, but I can't really bring anybody along. I feel like some of those more like day-to-day work or building a business or side hustle while you're at work, because I currently work full-time as well while I'm trying to build this company. So, which is why I am calling this series Zero to First Dollar, Building a Business Live. And my plan is I'm planning on building the business in public until I earn my first dollar. So right now I'm just expensing out. My expenses are very, very low because I'm not earning anything. The only expense I really have is Microsoft 365. I have a basic account. I have a basic account so I can receive emails. I fortunately was able to pay for 2 years hosting or 3 years hosting in advance, so I'm good on that end until that comes due. And when that does come due, I plan on moving somewhere else. Anyways, This will not be like some sort of guru thing. This is not a guru channel, not a highlight reel, um, or anything like that. It's more something that I wish that I had. Make mistakes, show the mistakes, my train of thoughts. You will get to see my decision making. You get to influence my decision making. You get to see my mistakes, uncertainty. You get to see the progress as well, which I think is cool. Also, for people who have real business experience or who have built businesses, this is fantastic because they can provide me with the knowledge that I don't have, which is a lot of knowledge that I don't have, right? Um, that's one mistake that I won't make again as well. But now, if you're watching this video, you know, do not, do not start a business and not get a lawyer to review your contract. I made that mistake. I won't do it again. Even if it was my last dollar, even if I had to put it on a credit card out this time, I would to just to have a lawyer review it because that cost me years of progress or stagnation. Because after I made that mistake, I I didn't go again. I didn't try again, which is not great. And also, I'm very, if you're the type of person who's, who wants everything to be perfect or who's waiting on the right moment never comes. That's me. I was waiting for the right moment all the time. Like, I'm going to do it when X, Y, and Z happens. X, Y, and Z happens, and you're just years and years older. Sure, I have more experience, but imagine how much further you could be if you just start right now. I could have waited for New Year's to start streaming again, to be honest. But why not just start right now? That's more of the mindset I am trying to pursue, or the mindset I want to be in, is to just start now. Start today. Start right now. Why not? What are you waiting on? Any mistake that I've made or any mistake that occurred, I promise you, is because I started or I tried something. If you're just, and even for you watching this video, if you are watching it, you are going to watch this video and you're not gonna really, it's entertainment for you, or that's cool type of thing. I don't think you really learn from watching YouTube. Yes, you can learn information, but until you apply it to your specific situation, that's the only time I feel like you're really learning for real. Yeah, so do, which is what I'm trying to apply. Do more. Instead of just watching YouTube videos on X, Y, and Z marketing and never do it. Having the knowledge, but never applying it, or having the information. So if you are a business owner as well, I'd love some feedback in the comments. I love anything that I can make better or correct. Of course, I will analyze it because we are all playing different games. Your knowledge may not apply fully to what I have going on. So if it does apply somehow, and I can see how it mold into my strategy, of course I will. This is what this is all about. I want to build something that's real and not just talk about business. And this format as well, holds me accountable, which is something that I want to do. Hold me accountable for the information that I'm putting out. Hold me accountable to make sure that I'm actually keeping up with making the videos and doing them live. I don't want to skip any of the, messy middle, I would call it, like anything that's the grit, the nitty gritty in the middle. Like I said before, some of the stuff I can't stream, but the other stuff that I can, I will stream, And my goal is definitely to learn through execution. I want to execute, which is, I think, the most important thing in business or in learning in general. And it's just to do, just execute, just do more. Um, with that being said, what's my background? Who am I? If you've watched this channel before, which is all 35 people, thank you. All 35 people, give yourself a round of a clap, of applause. That's one thing as well that I used to get, quick sidetrack, that I used to get drowned on is the mindset of, oh, I make a video and it's only 15 people watching it. That's a lot of people, bro. Like, that's a lot of folks. Like, if 15 people watch this, that's 15 more people than I didn't know. That's a potential client, somebody who's laughed, maybe a potential referral. You never know. I just need to change my mindset around views. I think as well, like, it's sometimes it's hard, but this year I've formed this mindset of we're all playing different games, and somebody who's doing entertainment content, they're more likely to get thousands of views in comparison to me just talking to my camera right now about freaking business and IT. Like, nobody wants to watch this. Like, the 5 people who's gonna watch it is gonna be the 5 people who are interested in IT or business, and I just have to be okay with that. Like, knowing that I don't want to say niche. I am in an area that's not entertainment, that doesn't really drive a lot of views unless you have a lot of volume. Like you are a Alex Hormozy or something, or somebody like that. Anyways, of course, like I said, I'm currently working in IT about myself. I currently work in IT, and I work for a financial institution. I've been working in IT since, I've been in IT for since high school, honestly. We were fixing computers in the school. That's how I really got into it. And I went to school for it, and I'm still doing it. I have no complaints, for real. I like IT. It's cool. Could it? I think I missed the gold rush because I'm a little bit younger. I'm not that young, but I'm a little bit younger, and I think the pay or the job opportunities that were available were a lot more back then. But I have 10+ years experience working in the field. There are some areas that I'm absolutely not an expert in, and nobody is. Like, I've worked in a lot of places, like 4 or 5 places. And the people above you who are seniors or who've been in IT longer than you, they're not a know-it-all person. Like, they don't know everything. Then that's the other thing that earlier on in my career that I faced was feeling inadequate. Like, what's that called? The whatever syndrome, imposter syndrome. Feeling like you don't belong, for real. Like, you just got there. Oh, do you know layer 3? Do you know what layer 3 is? And all these issues that you've never seen before, although you've studied about them, but you forgot all about it. New issues that you've never even knew existed, new terms you've never heard of. Starting to feel like you're out of place. But there were some things that I knew that these people who've been in IT for 20+ years didn't know. So there's always give and take. It's always going to be a give and take. I don't know about other careers, but in IT, that's certainly true. Like, you never know everything. That's why there's usually a team. And even I've never worked as a single person who oversees the entire company before. But I'm sure even those people, they have the internet, to search for things. Anyways, long story short, don't feel like, if you're just getting started, don't feel like you're inadequate. Where am I starting right now? I'm starting from 0 revenue. I don't have a single penny that I'm earning from the business currently. Starting from 0 revenue, And like I just explained, zero revenue doesn't mean zero experience. I've built a few businesses. I wouldn't say anything that has grossed me any real money. Um, Maybe a few thousands here, a few thousands there. Close it. Next one. Never really take anything too far, but I want to see how far I can take this. Honestly, this is my first one, and I think it starts here. I think it starts with marketing. It starts with YouTube. It starts with letting people know what I have going on. Like, hey, look, I'm just a guy just like you with a camera. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm nothing special. I'm just a regular guy with a camera who does IT and who wants to run a business. And I don't know how to do it, but I'm trying to figure it out. If you have ideas, recommendations, I'm all ears. As you can see, they're pretty big, but I'm all ears. Like, that's my point. I am trying to get comfortable at making decisions on the go. I'm a very analytical person. I need all the information before I do anything. That's something I'm looking to change as part of this series or as part of this process in general. I'm just trying to move. Just trying to do something. Give me a second here while I switch this. Wow. Right now, let me see. We have 0 people watching. By next year, this is one of my goals. I'm going to record it here so I can see it. I want to go live, and whenever I go live, I want at least 10 people to watch. By next year around this time, 10. Just 10. Like if I go live, I want 10 people to be there to engage in a conversation or to learn from me. I don't have any real decisions for the business. I don't have any real predictions for it yet because I haven't even really launched anything. I have an LLC. It's not in the state that I'm in. I think I need to register my business in the state that I'm currently in. What else? I have a website, like I mentioned before. I won't. I think we should talk about the rules as well. Let's talk about the rules of this live stream. I will try my best to do one live per week. I don't know what day, likely Monday, because Mondays, tired or not, is the days where I usually don't have too much going on. Like I can take 2 hours to hop on live stream and talk about how things are going or just make some changes and work on the business in general. I want to have one real outcome per episode. Every day that you watch, there will be, today we are working on the website. And at the end, I'm hoping to accomplish X, Y, and Z. Today, we are making cold calls. And at the end, I hope to schedule one person or things like that. I don't know if I will show any contracts or any amount of the contracts or agreements and things like that. I'm sure I can tell you guys if I win a contract, I will have to consult with a lawyer. As long as I think I can disclose that. Like, there's nothing. As long as I disclose who I'm in contractual agreements with, I think I should be fine. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's been here before. I am curious as to what my employer will think once they find out. But at the end of the day, I have to do what I have to do, which I'm sure they will as well. So yeah, everything that I show, I would try to show it honestly. If I can't be honest about it, I won't show it. Um, I don't want to end this, or I don't know where to end it because I don't know if there are many clients. Like until I don't want to say until I sell the business or until I retire, until I die. I don't know how long the series will last, but I will try to make it until at least until I get to my first dollar. And I will show everything that I'm doing to earn up to that dollar or to earn up to my first contract or my first earned revenue or my first accounts receivable. Because right now there is no money coming in, just money going out. Um, Here, what I want from people viewing this, you can participate in this by voting on directions, and by voting I mean just commenting where you want things to go, what decisions you think I should make, which one suits best based on your experience, or just chatting in general. Suggestions on things that you'd like to see built or new product line that I should explore or pricing maneuver, so forth and so on. When you watch live, you can also have the opportunity to ask me questions and, for me to ask you guys questions. Those are some of those things I'm looking for. Next time that we meet, I think we want to work on the website a little bit more. My website, I redesigned it. Surely we can jump on my computer and take a look. I redid the site because I didn't really like what was going on there. No, mate, I didn't like it, mate. Oh. I've been having a lot of issues as well with remembering my credentials. That's MFAN. But anyways, how you doing out there in the real world? You know what I'm saying? Well, how's life treating you? Sheesh. I don't see. Oh. I am trying to see. Wow, that captured that yesterday, no? I am trying to show the. I'll just share my screen. I am trying to show. I don't know why that is bugging out like this. I am trying to show the site at a previous stage. Okay. That it was in comparison to what it is now. Wow. It's a whole bunch of errors. Well, I guess that's what it was. The website was just an error, my boy. But anyways, I had this very heavy theme that I wanted to get rid of. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. This was the website before, prior. This is what I was working with. Not bad, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a very heavy, bulky theme that I acquired from Envato and whatever that thing is called. And you know those things are so heavy, like they take so much bandwidth and they load really slow, and you have to do a lot of customization. Anyways, this is what it looks like. That's what it looked like, and these are the services at first that I was trying to provide. You know, to a small firm, even with a company with 50 people, 100 people was my max. I sincerely believe that I could have provided, you know, as a single man shop, services for 100 people. Would it be easy? No. But I would assume at 100 people, you know, I could probably turn that into a full time gig based on how I was pricing it. Anyways, this is no longer my ambition. And all these things are things that I currently actively do at work. Mobile device management, that's something that I do with Jemph. I've used Ninja. I've used Apple's device management. I've used, and I am using Intune for MDM management and all of that. So these are the things that I could have done or provided, right? And of course, this is just a copy. Like most of these websites out there, for real, it's just a theme. Mine is a theme. I just fill it in with stuff that I wanted it to say. I thought it was cool. Some of these companies were the services that I was going to provide. I signed up for their MSP provider, whatever partnership program. So I was partnered up with them. But what I realized, give you a little insider, my bad. Give you a little insider. When you see these things scrolling at the bottom and it says our partners, or you see it on the website, what I realize is a lot of time it's not really partnership in the terms that we think about it. It's just you signing up to be part of their reselling team, basically. You're an extension of them. You get discounts for reselling their product to other customers. And based on volumes, you have different tiers, so forth and so on. And that's the back end of my current channel, not monetized. Yeah, so that was it. I'm gonna stop sharing for a second. We're going to look at the new website. I'll log into it and see what changed and what's different about it. But that old one wasn't that bad, right? Like it's a one page, but it was just bulky. And the other thing that I must say is I overly slept on is writing blogs. I didn't realize how effective it was in terms of driving traffic to your website. Oh, I think my hosting is ending soon as well. I paid for 3 years. I gotta cancel that before it ends. Oh, it renews in 2028, so I'm good. I'm really good. If this doesn't work by 2028, I know what it is. I gotta keep working until I die. That's no until I die. Let's log in. Man, it's really cold. If I'm eating my lips, ignore that. Like it's really really cold, and my lips are like doing the thing when it's cold. You know. It has been really really cold over here, man. Okay, we're in there, like swimwear. You know, all this stuff this is the boring stuff as well. Like this is the stuff that you have to do in the background that you don't necessarily get the flowers for. But it's like as a small business person or you're trying to start a business, all of this stuff is stuff that you have to do by yourself that you don't necessarily get to see. I mean, you have to do it, right? But like for me, when I watch one of these entrepreneurs do their thing, I don't necessarily see I don't necessarily see them do the grind of what's included. It's all like oh, yep, we signed this big contract. Now sign up for my course. Well, I'm $100 million man. Sign up for my course. I don't have a course to sell you. I wish I did. I don't. That's money. But I don't believe in selling courses as well because a lot of this information is free. But I'm also a dummy who's going to university right now as we speak. So I am paying for information. But it's structured. But a lot of these courses is things that you can buy, that you can learn for free. Anyways, this is the revised version of my website or what I'm currently working with. Oh, excuse me. I think it looks better. I think it looks a lot better. It's a lot of what I'm going for. It's very simple. I don't know if I can side by side. I'm on a Mac. The side by side or snap in works really goofy. I'm keeping some of the same. Nothing is the same, honestly. It's a completely different business line. I try to keep some of the same color because of the logo. Because of the logo. But otherwise, it's different. My methodology or things that I'm trying to do is different. I am strictly focusing on automation, automating tasks for financial services is where I'm at. Is what I want to do. Is what my new line of business is. Because I now understand that there is a need there, but it's a need. It's a need that's not being fulfilled, honestly. And it's not the biggest. And it's not the biggest. The biggest, I guess, qualm is you have to be within the circles to attract some of those clientels. So I'm not talking about like banks, right? I want to start smaller in the financial services. There are so many like different types of financial services that exist out there that I can attract. For example, accounting firms. They deal with a lot of tasks on a day-to-day basis that they have to manually do. Like move this file to the left every day, move this file to the right every day. Copy and paste this, send this email every day at the exact same time. They receive these big Excel files that needs the data extracted and pasted to another one. There are a lot of different things that I've seen or different automation opportunities that I've seen that I think there's a real need. So my goal is to sign a few accounting services or accounting firms with less than 100 employees, well, less or equal to 100 employees, and reduce their manual task. I want to reduce, not only reduce it, make it secure in my deployments. Because, they have a lot of audits that they have to abide by, a lot of governmental laws and a lot of things like that. I want to make sure that my automations are meeting or exceeding those expectations. Yeah, and that's basically what my website is saying. Or it's my website is down right now because I'm currently in the process of building it. I am in the process of building it. That's boring as heck. Like, I don't want to have a session on live picking these things because this is not my specialty. I don't build websites. Like, I literally have to learn some of these settings. I have to, learn myself just by digging. I'm like naturally want to find out anyways and just dig around until I find it, which is taking me a very long time. But sometimes if I can figure it out, I'll just Google it or ChatGPT it. But right now, I'm having the fun of just messing around and finding out myself. So that's my next step. I don't really like this right here. As you can see, I mean, obviously I'm building it. It still says title. And a whole bunch of Lorem Ipsum and whatever. But I think this is good. This is nice. This is simple. It's what I want. It's simple. I got my CTAs here. Right down the page, we got another CTA. I think I want to remove the about section. I don't really care for it. Like, I don't have a team. But the blog section, I think, is our biggest win. If next year, there's two things that, I think it's all in one. My biggest focus when my first dollar comes will be marketing. I want to have a great marketing team. Like, every time, I'm not on Twitter much, but when I do go on Twitter, what I do see is, what I follow is big brands and their marketing campaigns and like how they interact with people on Twitter. And like, big companies like Popeyes and how they be going like, what's that one company that has a big reputation just for being funny on Twitter? Things like that. Like, I want to make sure that I am marketing and for people to see the company, just so I exist and what service I provide. And I think blogging provides that opportunity. I swear to you, I didn't think no one was gonna read this stuff or even click on it. People have clicked on some of these articles that I've written. And a year ago, almost 2 years ago, almost. And if I can pay somebody to write a blog a week on a topic matter, that will be fantastic. That will be fantastic for SEO discovery, for that niche specific as well. Well, now, how much business is going to come from it? I don't really know what the conversion is from blogs, but that's something we can look for. We can look into. What is the conversion rate from blogs? And this is what I mean, like when I mention things like I don't have the answers, and I'm just trying to figure it out as well. 3%, 3 to 5%. So about the same as cold calling, honestly. 6% for cold calling. Unless you're like, a rock star. But that's a different line of business. That's a different line where business is going to come from. I got to get rid of this as well. Create a free account today. Like, no, I don't have any of that stuff. But I'm happy with the front page. I think that's a start. I'm happy with the front page. And yeah, that's basically it. I don't really have much else to go into. Well, I guess we can do this section on what we do. Um, if you have any suggestions on how to make the site better as well, I'm all ears. I'm listening. Under the what we do section, of course, like I said, automation and workflow optimization. Like all these things I've already went through, like automate repetitive tasks for reporting, user processes, emails, especially for accounting. Like I know there's a lot of that redundancy in those files and numbers and moving things around like that. So, or financial services in general, I know that exists out there. Security and risk assessment, I think that's a second tier, which is why it's second on my list as well. I think that's a second tier want or thing that I can do that is not a focus. I don't know if I want to keep that here. Because I know the odds of me getting a company to let me do a security and risk assessment for them is not as high. But I don't know. I'm just making an assumption. As compared to automation and workflow optimization, like I know that need is out there, or I have a good sense that this is easier. The automation portion is easier to grab onto a client to earn my first dollar than it is for security and risk assessment. I think as well that requires more tool, more expertise, and thus being more expensive. Not to say that automation and workflow optimization is any less, because it's quite heavy lifting. There's a lot of time spent learning and a lot of time spent building and to grow the skill. Anyways, this honestly, I think I might move it to the second place because a lot of these smaller, like I said, 100 equal to 100 or less. Oh, equal to 100 or less employees, they have M365 or they have Google Space, and that's an environment that I know really well, that I can help hardening, that I can secure for them, even do an assessment, a risk assessment on it. Yeah, very easily or very proficiently. I mean, I do this. They pay me for this. I'm a professional. I'm not a professional YouTuber because I haven't gotten paid from it, but I am a professional IT person for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, that's about it, man. I'm going to finish building the website. So this session was more like an introduction. I think the next live, I want to maybe the next live on this topic on this is from zero to business live. I think as I called it. I want to show a semi-working website, or the website should be live because I don't have too much going on. It's just like a few pages, like not even a page, a few things to add and adjust. I added that picture. It made more sense comparison to these dashboards that came with this theme. By the way, this is a cadence theme, super lightweight theme. As you can see, super easy, super simple. A lot of white space. Just keep it easy. So, anyways, thank you for all the non-viewers. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Don't worry. We'll be back. I think I'll end it on this note. If I had one goal with this, it would be that I hope I make some mistakes on here that someone else who is building their next venture or the next thing can find this, and it'll be a lot easier for them when they take their next step. Because for me, a lot of this, I really don't know. Like, I really don't know what the next move is, or I feel like nobody really knows for real as well. Everybody's just doing and figuring out as they go. But I really don't know what the next move is for real. I'm just doing it as I go. We're just gonna do it as we go. And may the odds forever be in our favor. Thank you for watching. I will catch you in the next stream. On the next stream, I hope to have a working site that's live. It doesn't have to be perfect, but ready to be live. That's the goal. All right. I'll catch you in the next stream. The website is Unbyte or Unibyte, whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it. Next week, pay me a visit. If you are looking to automate anything in the financial realm, contact me. I can very easily reduce your stress, make life a lot easier for you. Thank you for watching.